Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Get a load of this. The first hearing in Shannon Sharpe's sexual assault lawsuit in Nevada was derailed Wednesday when the accuser's attorney failed to appear in court. However, his absence has now been explained as a simple miscommunication on behalf of the defense. Tony Bugsby, the Houston attorney representing Jane Doe suing Shannon, issued a statement to Daily Mail explaining that miscommunication. There was an agreement to reset that hearing with Mr. Sharpe's lead counsel, Tony told Daily Mail in an email. A miscommunication on Sharpe's legal team obviously occurred. Shannon's legal team has since corroborated Tony Bugsby's claim. One of Shannon's attorneys, Robert DeMarco, was on hand for the hearing, but Shannon's other lawyers were out of state and unable to attend. This is according to DeMarco. Now, check this out, family. The Los Angeles news outlet 8 News Now reported that Judge Anna Alberson expressed her disappointment in Tony Bugsby's absence Wednesday before the miscommunication was revealed. Now check this out, family. On Wednesday, Shannon's legal team asked the judge to review progress in the case in 45 days. The judge was surprised, get this, that Shannon's team wasn't eager to settle. Nevertheless, she granted the request to review progress in the case in 45 days. Why would the judge be surprised that Shannon's legal team isn't eager to settle? Isn't the judge supposed to be neutral? I do not trust this judge. Hell, do you mean you thought that I would be eager to settle? Sound like you know something I don't know. Sound like you already got your mind made up about my innocence. Shannon's legal team has yet to file a response to the lawsuit. What's the lawsuit all about? Well, for starters, the woman accuses Shannon over their year-long relationship of abuse. She also claims that it was another woman, and not her, who was caught having sex with Shannon when the Pro Football Hall of Famer accidentally streamed live audio of the encounter on social media in September. Shannon is first accused of RAPing Doe the following month, allegedly forcing himself on her as she was crying and sobbing. He allegedly RAP'd her again in January after arriving at her home with promises of Christmas and birthday gifts. The lawsuit lays out a pattern of intimidation, manipulation, and abuse, including allegations that Shannon repeatedly threatened to choke and slap Jane Doe. Shannon has denied all allegations. So, why should the judge expect him to settle? Something just ain't right. I don't trust the judge. The judge is supposed to be fair and impartial. The judge is supposed to be neutral. Why does the judge, why does the judge expect him to settle? I wouldn't settle. I absolutely wouldn't settle. I do not believe that Shannon RAP'd that woman. I absolutely do not believe that. Shannon Sharpe does not have to do anything like that. Now, I know people always say, well, you know, RAPing somebody, it's not about a person having options. It's about control. I just don't see Shannon risking his freedom and his career. He's too serious about his business. I don't see him doing that. Now, I can see him or almost any man getting caught up in some type of sex play. I can see that happening because, hey, it happens. It happens. But violating a woman, taking something, I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced. Give me a thumbs up if you are. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, sounds like a money grab to me. This, I believe, is the same woman who said, I know this is the same woman who said she wanted one of them big black babies. That's what she said. She said she wanted a big black baby from Shannon. A big black, strong thing. She may have said strong black babies or something like that, Couldn't imagine they're not saying strong because, big, black, and strong kind of go together. But in any event, I'm not buying it, fam. I'm not buying it. Just sounds like another money grab to me. This chick sounded like she was bad news from jump. Even in the communications that was shared on social media between her and Shannon, she just seemed to be toxic. Seemed to be just too much, man. Sometimes, family, and I don't know if this chick was all the way that way, but sometimes, it's just the steak ain't worth the sizzle. Sometimes the steak just is not worth the sizzle. I don't care how sexy she is. I don't care how good. A lot of times you can tell before you even do anything with a chick that, okay, this chick is toxic, but you probably already there, and it's kind of too late. You don't really want to stop because now you got there. You're there. You just kind of go through with it, and then once you go through with it that one time, boy, it's hard to reel it back, man. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. But yeah, I don't believe this. I really hope Shannon can get through this, man. Just overall, Shannon seemed like a good dude to me, man. And none of us are perfect, right? I think that's the problem with us a lot of times. We be looking for perfect people, and we ain't even perfect. Whoever it is we call ourselves supporting or might liking or whatever, they got to be perfect. They can't have no flaws, even though we got flaws. They can't have no flaws. And if we see any type of chink in the armor whatsoever, here we come with all of the criticism and accusations. Well, we got a lot of that. And so I want to see the dude continue to win. I think what he's doing is great, and we need more people with the kind of platform that Shannon has. There's room for bigger platforms. I mean, it's room for more platforms. Just like you got, ABC didn't stop. They didn't stop with just ABC. They got ABC, NBC, CBS, and don't start counting, Fox and CNN and MSNBC and HBO and Showtime and, the Animal Channel, everything. Discovery, all of these channels. A&E, everything. They ain't stopping with one, and then we haven't even started talking about the number of podcasts that are out there. So there absolutely should be more people on the Shannon Sharp level and getting that type of action. We need all of that. We need all of that. We need all of those mediums. Not one, not two, not three, not four, unlimited. Yeah, the big and the small ones. We need all of that. Because we have to control our own narrative. We have to control our own narrative. We cannot sit back and wait to go on these other people's shows to have a voice, to have some input in the way our narrative shapes out. We can't do that. We can't do that. We got to be able to control our own narrative. And when the more media outlets we have, the merrier. And so I'm not just rooting for Shannon because, he's a successful podcaster and sports analyst and commentator. I'm not just rooting for him because of that. I think he's a good guy overall. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.